We welcome you to Prodigy Racing Association, Prodigy Racing Network's coverage of the Budweiser Stock Car Festival from Richmond, Virginia at the Richmond Raceway. It's day 2 of the Budweiser Stock Car Festival here. A massive crown jewel event here in the Budweiser All-Star Series. Let's take a look at Richmond Raceway here. Beautiful nighttime sky in Richmond, Virginia. A 78-degree day. It's nice and clear. I almost said nice and sunny. Nice and clear over there in the Richmond area. Let's take a look at your point situation heading into today's race. Ryan Hill won yesterday's event. All right, coming in, tying Darren Claw with 2 wins. However, he still has a massive gap over Darren Claw in the standings. Greg Ramirez, with his finishing position, managed to move up to 3rd place in the standings, knocking down Nicholas Uffelman a little bit. Miranda Nagayan, however, creeping ever so closely to that 4th place spot. Paul Rivera, with his 2nd place finish yesterday, managed to... he didn't finish 2nd, sorry. But with his finish yesterday, he managed to get down to 5th place in an incredible race at Richmond yesterday. He's going to be in 6th place in the standings, compared to 8th place, where he was earlier. So he's looking pretty good heading into this 2nd race. And the night sky at Richmond Raceway, the gasoline scented air, ready for racing. And let's take a look at your starting lineup presented by Xfinity, the official timing partner of the Budweiser All-Star Series. Now, do keep in mind, this is an inverted grid from yesterday's finishing positions. So that means the last place finisher from yesterday's race is going to be starting first, and the winner from yesterday will be starting in last. So let's take a look at your starting lineup presented by Xfinity. In the first row of the grid, on pole will be Sam Fitzgerald. Probably will be his only pole of the season. He starts next to Dennis Key. After that will be the 15 of Daniel Walker alongside Carter Brown. After that, it'll be Jake Wild alongside Travis Creighton in the 3rd row. In the 4th, on the inside of the 4th row, it's Michael Brewer alongside Byron Martin. In the 5th row, we have the 57 of Hayden Benning alongside Jesus Gonzalez. Starting on the inside of the 6th row, it's Jordan McClure alongside the 4 of Rick Taylor. In row 7, it's Chaudhary Bhattacharya from Bangladesh, showing off his brand new paint scheme. He'll be driving the Motorcraft Quick Lane Ford, which is a staple with the Wood brothers. He's starting next to the 47 of Drew Foster, who started on pole yesterday but fell back to 14th. He'll be starting in 16th place today. After that will be the 71 of Sheldon Gatineau, starting alongside the 5 of Nicholas Uffelman. After that will be the 20 of Greg Ramirez, and in a position not unfamiliar to her, in the Target Toyota, Miranda Nagayan will be starting on the outside row. Ryan Apt will be starting alongside the 27 of James Garcia, who had a decent race yesterday, inside the top 10. Starting in the 20th position. Starting in the 21st position will be the 33 of Brian Cox. Had an incredible run yesterday. He almost took the position away from Daniel Van Hewley toward the end of the race. Who, speaking of which, will be starting on the outside. In 23rd position will be the 72 of Alex McCumber. He'll be starting alongside the 48 of Tracy Bennett, using the same paint scheme that he ran last night. In the 25th position will be Darren Claw, who almost got the 2nd place position, but had to do battle with Tracy Bennett. He'll be starting on the inside row, alongside the 19 of Paul Ramirez. And then finally, starting at the back of his Monster Energy Camry, will be Ryan Hill, looking for his 3rd win of the season, and looking to sweep the Budweiser Stock Car Festival. A packed crowd here in Richmond, Virginia. It'll be another 100-lap feature. And we'll have to see how it all pans out as the best stock car drivers in the world take on the Richmond Raceway.
Drivers, to your cars.
Budweiser All-Star Series on CBS is brought to you by Xfinity, the official timing partner of the Budweiser All-Star Series, and by Budweiser, the official alcoholic beverage of the Budweiser All-Star Series. Grab some buds. Brings me back to those old NASCAR on Fox broadcasts from 2012. There used to be Budweiser ads everywhere you look. So you can see at the top of your screen, it's a 100-lap race. Same thing as yesterday. Totaling this event being 200 laps. Sam Fitzgerald starting on pole off the inverse grid. But we'll be seeing what they can do for now as they come to the Geico restart zone. Green flag in the air for day 2 of the Budweiser Stock Car Festival. Sam Fitzgerald holding on to a temporary lead here. He's got the 15 of Daniel Walker in the back, looking for first place here. Looking to take the lead away from that 10 car. And here they come. Oh, the 3 is going to be a little bit loose contact between Jake Wild and Hayden Bennett, or sorry, Michael Brewer. And it's 3 wide for third here. Starting to see some of the faster cars make their way toward the front. Ryan Hill has already made a pass. Made several passes here. He's gained about 4 spots since the drop of the green flag. Let's see if he'll be fast enough to take that position. Let's see if he'll be fast to make his way up to the front here. If a caution comes out, that could really help these drivers here today. Oh, we got contact in the back! And just as I say that, massive wreck, Nicholas Uffelman, Tracy Bennett, Drew Foster. And the caution is out here in Richmond. And the first caution of the day, and that is gonna... I just want to take a look at what happened here. What in the hell happened? Yeah, that's a little too much. So I want to see. I think going the camera too might actually be our best. Nope, that is not our best option. It looks like it was just mostly Nicholas Offelman getting the brunt of it. Oh, he got ran into the back by Alex McCumber. So let's take a look at this. So we're going to take a look at it from the helicopter view. Okay, that wreck's up here. Oh, I see what happened. Just a little too tight. Nicholas Uffelman takes out Drew Foster. Foster gets into the quarter panel of the 5. It also takes Alex McCumber. And Nicholas Uffelman pretty much had nowhere to go on that one. Neither did Alex McCumber. Thankfully, McCumber's able to save it. And then Daniel Van Heuly comes in and clocks the 5. And that's just a horrendous accident there for the drivers there. Let's take a look on board of Daniel Van Heuly. So what's perplexing to me is that he had everywhere in the world to go and he still made contact. Let's go on board Tracy Bennett here. So Bennett more or less just slowed down. He wasn't actually involved in the wreck. So I guess that's kind of nice to see. Glad he's okay. Let's take a look on board from Dennis Key's perspective. I want to go on board with Nicholas Uffelman here. It looks like a pretty solid hit. Now I want to go on board just one last time with Drew Foster. That's basically all she wrote for that one. So the first caution of the day comes out, and it looks like we got a bit of a log jam here. So these drivers are going to have to find out their positions here pretty quickly. So Daniel Walker is your leader here. Here in this reverse grid event. And Greg Ramirez has already made his way up to the front. So that kind of shows you how this race might go. They're still trying to find their positions. So Daniel Van Heuvel and Nicholas Uffelman are going to dive down pit road while we are under caution. They came very close to wrecking themselves there. We're probably going to skip ahead a couple laps. And the pace car will be coming in this time now on lap 7. So Daniel Walker, Michael Brewer, and Jake Wild are your top 3. A very good day indeed for those Wild Family Racing Fords. However, the faster cars are coming up through the field here. As we can see, the one of Jordan McClure and 71 of Sheldon Gatineau are in the top 5. Well, actually, Gatineau's in 6, but we'll just ignore that. And here they are coming to the Geico restart zone here in Richmond. And green flag back of the air here in Richmond as we get ready for our first restart here. And hopefully that will be the last yellow of the day. However, we might see the leaders get a little bit aggressive here. Byron Martin getting outraced by Rick Taylor. Now, I want to pay attention toward the back because that's where most of the action might be today. 3 wide toward the front here. And I need to keep my mouth shut. Well, we got a side-by-side battle for the lead between Daniel Walker and Michael Brewer. Brewer on the inside line trying to score his first lap lead of... Oh, never mind. He actually did lead a lap. He led that last lap, and here we are coming to 90 laps to go as the leaders are as the faster cars start to make their way to the front. We can see Greg Ramirez making use of Jordan McClure's back bumper here. Let's see how well that 20 car can use the draft. Right now, he's the highest scoring Joe Gibbs Racing driver. They're going to take a 3 wide coming off of turn 2. Almost 3 wide back there toward the middle of the pack. Dennis Key is going to get taken over by Jesus Gonzalez. Actually, he's going to get both the Golden Gate drivers. 3 wide on here coming through the tri-oval. Is Gonzalez going to be over aggressive trying to block here? And it's 3 wide. This is not going to be good. So the 68 and the 5 are still in the race. Daniel Van Heuvel had a pretty decent day out yesterday at the first round of the Budweiser Stock Car Festival. Greg Ramirez has already made his way up to second place. He's looking for his very first win on the season. Today might be his opportunity. He has had to fight. He's had to fight and claw for his positions, considering the rule that was put in place for this festival, since it is a 2-day event. Carter Brown losing positions here to Byron Martin, considering how he's run. I'm pretty sure that's kind of embarrassing for that 85 car. The Fords in general have not done so well. Notice how most of the rejects are Fords. And toward the back, we are still seeing quite a bit of struggle from the leaders. Darren Claw. Something happened to that 7 car. He's got damage to the right side of his vehicle. Chadri Batachadria trying to get past Jesus Gonzalez and Jake Wild. He's one of the faster Fords in this pack. The driver coming out of Mymensingh, Bangladesh, is looking for his first victory in the series, but right now he's got to get past a lot of the contact coming through the corner. And the 15 has hit the wall. The 77 is just forcing him up on the top of the track. And we can see how aggressive these guys are going. A little bit of more contact between Brian Cox and Sheldon Gatineau. 3 wide going through turn 1. I'm not sure I like this. These guys are racing a lot more aggressively than they did yesterday. A little bit squirrely going through the back straightaway. They are racing far more aggressively than they did yesterday, for sure. 27 gets a little loose, forces Tracy Bennett down to the yellow line. And that is James Garcia trying to hold on to his position here. It's not every day we're going to see these leaders in the back of the pack. Michael Brewer still holding on. He's led the most laps today, but that 20 of Greg Ramirez is right on his tail. Oh, contact between Bhattacharya and Gonzalez. This is New Hampshire all over again, where Gonzalez has, massive block placed by the 90. Jesus Gonzalez out of Mexico is one of the most aggressive drivers that we've seen all season. He actually caused 2 cars to get loose at New Hampshire. Now we got a side-by-side battle for the lead between Ramirez and Brewer. And the faster car will win every time. And there goes Joe Gibbs Racing's number 20 car into the lead here. Greg Ramirez, a 38-year-old or 37-year-old out of California, is currently your leader here in Richmond. He has short track experience. He knows, actually, Richmond is one of his favorite tracks. When we talked to him in the pre-race yesterday, before day 1 of the festival, he told reporters, "This is one of my favorite tracks. I know how to run here." And he's certainly showing it here. It looks like he's having a ton of fun out there on the racetrack today. Hayden Benning, sorry. It was one of the Potter Racing cars. Right now he's holding on to 3rd place, but he's got to do battle with a much faster car. Michael Brewer still holding on to an impressive 2nd place spot, so great job here as we get 21% of the way through the race. Jesus Gonzalez has a very competitive car here today. That Telcel Camry is going to be one to watch here for this race. On the bottom is Ryan Apt looking for his 2nd win of the season. How to win at New Hampshire, and what I have to say is an underdog victory considering how his season has gone. But he absolutely dominated New Hampshire, and then pit stop escape. Here comes the 4 of Rick Taylor on the bottom. There are so many battles happening at once compared to yesterday's race. I just cannot keep track of them all. We're trying to give everyone here equal action. It looks like the slower cars have now made their way to the back here as Carter Brown and Jake Wild and Dennis Key are now at the back of the pack. Brandon Nagayan and Drew Foster, however, are at the back, which we don't see very often. We've seen Miranda Nagayan run mid-pack this year, but we have not seen her run so far back. Actually, she's right now barely holding on to the top 25, fighting for a top 20 spot. Now, that's not something we normally see out of any of the Joe Gibbs cars. Ryan Hill not performing the way we'd expect. He's actually currently up into... Well, he's inside the top 10, but he's at risk of ruining his top 5 streak. He literally has not finished outside the top 5 all season long. Now, this is good news for Darren Claw if he can just get past. Greg Ramirez, sitting 3rd in the standings right now, actually might benefit from a win today. Jordan McClure now makes his way into 3rd place. Sheldon Gatineau still in behind him as Michael Brewer is still holding on tight to that 2nd place spot. Sheldon Gatineau trying to get past the 57 of Michael Brewer. It's like dealing with lap traffic the way these... Oh, contact! And Brian Cox, I'm sure, does not appreciate that. Let's see what he does coming through the corner there. He made contact with Hayden Benning. We're going to go on board with Ryan Hill. You're on board with the Monster Energy Toyota. And you saw there off in the distance that Greg Ramirez is just running away with it. The oldest driver in that Toyota core is currently dominating the field. And Sheldon Gatineau has made his way into 2nd or 3rd place. He's battling that one car, looking for his first top 3 of the season. Which would also probably be... No, it wouldn't be the first top 3 for that team, but still, it would be a very nice nice little points payout for that team. And also the purse at the end of this race would probably be pretty good for them. Michael Brewer also might be earning himself a nice little payday for his team. Now they're starting to get a little more single file here. Byron Martin side by side with Jesus Gonzalez. He did have the top 10 earlier, so I don't know. Maybe those faster cars just got past him. You can see Ryan Apt in 8th place now. He was outside the top 10 a few laps ago. And we got about 68 laps to go here in this race. Coming to 67. Ramirez has a almost 2-second advantage over Michael Brewer. Sheldon Gatineau's trying to work his way inside that top 2. You'd think it'd be easy to get inside with that 67 car, but that 33 and that 18, they're both coming up pretty quickly here. Ryan Hill has made his way inside the top 5. No big surprise there. He's done that all season. Greg Ramirez is building his gap. He's gained 0.12 of a second over that 67 car. Joe Gibbs Racing hoping to get the sweep here today. And I'm very sorry here, but we do have to take a little bit of a break. I'll be right back. Let's go. It's time for the very first time this season. How about we do our Xfinity Crank It Up here on PRN? PRA, or we welcome you back to coverage of the Budweiser All-Star Series here on PRN, PRN, which is actually the name of a real-life racing radio station. So I pray to God we don't get sued. Coming to the halfway mark here in Richmond. And we've already run into our first bout of lap traffic. Let's get an update on our Xfinity fastest lap, and that is Darren Claw with a 21.464. So great job for that MPH Motorsports team. They have built themselves a rocket for this round. Don't tell me we had a wreck, like, while we were on break. Michael Brewer is about ready to get passed up here. Ryan Hill on the bottom. He's got the much faster equipment. And Ryan Hill won the last round, and now he's going to move his way into second place. The 17-year-old out of Port Huron, Michigan, has lit up this series. You could mistake it for a California forest if anything. He's just lit up this series. But he is nowhere near his Joe Gibbs Racing teammate, who is 3.5 seconds in front. And this is the last lap to decide the halfway bonus, so Greg Ramirez is looking for some serious points here in Richmond. Coming off of turn 4, he's got just a little bit to go. He's got to exit the tri-oval here. And there you go. Lap 51. He has completed 50 laps, and he is your halfway bonus recipient. So that's an extra 5 points for Mr. Greg Ramirez. Some very welcome points indeed. Sheldon Gatineau is going to have to deal battle with one of the rejects. One of the rejects he is battling for position with 3 wide coming off the quarters. Contact! Brian Cox made contact with Tracy Bennett, and now we got possible contact coming through the corner of Sam Fitzgerald and Sheldon Gatineau battling each other here. If you are on 360p quality, I feel terrible for you, not knowing which one is which. Tracy Bennett is going to get a free spot here as Michael Brewer is going to experience one of the pitfalls of being a quote-unquote competitive car, as now he has lost positions because of Sam Fitzgerald going a lap down. He's looking for his second consecutive last place finish. And it's kind of surprising that they're not battling with Nicholas Uffelman or Daniel Walker. Never mind, they're actually right back there. These two were involved in a wreck on the first couple laps here, so if it wasn't for that damage, they would be incredibly competitive today. But unfortunately, it just looks like a back marker finish is what they're destined for. Greg Ramirez is just rocketing through the field, or is just rocketing through the track here. We've been live for 30 minutes. I believe the actual race time is like 25 minutes right now, so hold on, we can actually check that. About 28 minutes, I guess. Travis Creighton. We're looking at him right now. Oh, we got pit stops. Hold on, this could be... Oh, we got major... We got people coming on the pit lane right now. And how long is Greg Ramirez going to take in his pit stall here? And this is going to be very important. Daniel Van Heulen, we can see coming into his stall. Greg Ramirez will probably be the first one out here. Sheldon Gatineau looking to be the second one out. So, yep, there we go. It's Greg Ramirez, Sheldon Gatineau, and Tracy Bennett. Followed by Jordan McClure, Paul Rivera, Miranda Nagayan trying to get herself an edge here in this pit cycle. So this should theoretically be the last time, this should be the only time they come down pit lane today. Unless their car has horrendous fuel mileage. But Miranda Nagayan may have just given herself a massive advantage off that pit stop. We saw all the Joe Gibbs racing cars come down at the same time, so she might gain a lot here off this pit cycle. And that could mean we could see these faster cars. Actually, this could look like a normal race. Chahudri Bhattacharya led coming down pit lane. Drew Foster coming out of pit lane. And we got a battle between Carter Brown and Dennis Key. Let's see if this breeds a yellow here. They've been racing aggressively all day. And see, once the leaders start to come back around, let's see what the finishing or what the running order is. They should have just now unlapped themselves, so Sam Fitzgerald on the lead lap, probably the only time he's going to see that today. Daniel Van Heuly is still in 26th place, and it looks like that 79 car of Dennis Key is up into 25th. So he's actually doing net worse. Now he's moved his way up into 23rd. Now Jake Wild is in 25th. So who's your current leader? That is Darren Claw. However, how long that's going to last, I am not quite sure. I can't even find him. Oh, there he is. So it looks like Jordan McClure is a lap down. Maybe. I'm trying to figure out who all is where. Michael Brewer was on the lead lap when they came out of pit lane. So now I'm just trying to see. I think Darren Claw ended up pitting on that cycle, so we'll have to see. The running order is a little bit jumbled up right now. Ryan Hill has to try and get past Daniel Van Heuly. Probably made some slight repairs to his car during that pit cycle. One of the Toyotas that are a little bit on the slower end here. So right now, the current running order, according to our Xfinity scoring, is Darren Claw, Ryan Hill, and Brian Cox. So that's your current running order. It looks like they've gotten everything a little bit more sorted out. But who all is a lap down? So it's saying the 1 is on the lead lap, but it's showing him in 13th, but the 7 is like... The 7's past him. Shouldn't he be a lap down? Something's not right. Oh, I'm looking at the fastest lap. Okay, I'm stupid. Alright, so your actual running order presented by Xfinity is Greg Ramirez, Ryan Hill, and Brian Cox. And Chahudri Bhattacharya, obviously a lap down here. I was wondering why they weren't showing the 1 a lap down. Well, they still aren't. Well, he's actually rightfully up in the... Okay. I am very sorry about that screw-up, folks. Brandon Nagayan currently battling with that 2 car. This is the battle for, I believe, this is... Trying to track down... This is the battle for 12th right now, so... I guess Nagayan didn't get as much of an advantage as I thought she would. And the guy ain't gonna dive inside. Looks like she got to the back bumper of the 2. And contact between the 4 and the 11. Well, for driving the target car, her attacks have not been have not been on point today. And she's actually gonna lose a position because of that scuffle with the 2 of Byron Martin, but she still got some competitive pace in that Toyota. Darren Claw is currently battling Nicholas Offelman. He's currently out in... he's actually in 25th, so he's currently a lap down, so he's actually legitimately battling for position here. So that's going to set Darren Claw back quite a ways in the standings. 2 battling with Travis Creighton. This is for position. And Byron Martin will take away the 11th spot. He has improved quite a bit. Jesus Gonzalez has a lot of clean air as he stands in the 10th place here. Gonzalez is currently sitting second to last. He's currently sitting 26th in the standings. That is second to last. So, it's been a rough season for that 90 team. However, if he does finish in the top 10 today, he will have an amazing points day. Darren Claw, still your fastest lap leader, followed by Rick Taylor and Ryan Hill. Nicholas Uffelman and Daniel Van Heuly battling each other here. Sheldon Gatineau has had a fast car all day. He's in the top 5, currently battling with Tracy Bennett for 4th. If he doesn't spin him first. And we are coming into the final quarter of the race here. Greg Ramirez has led the most laps today. And he's got a 1.6 second gap over his teammate Ryan Hill. Dennis Key or Darren Claw was going for his 4th consecutive top 3 finish today. Unfortunately, he is rather sitting in the reject zone as he's sitting in 23rd place. A very inconsistent driver. And that multiple brakes Toyota is not going to see much in the way of success. Here he is coming down off the back bumper of Sheldon Gatineau, and that's a very risky move for a lap car. So I don't know why he's racing like that. He's a lap car. Here comes that Paul Menard Chevy in 3rd place now of Brian Cox. He's been able to get the most out of that car today. His teammate is back in 14th position. So it is very clear who the best car in that team is today. Tracy Bennett still holding on to 4th place. Sheldon Gatineau is still looking for that 4th place position. He's still in the top 5, though, unless Darren Claw wrecks him here. Oh, 3 wide contact. Michael Brewer, Ryan Apt, and Jordan McClure all battling for position there. Michael Brewer is still in 6th here. So he's still in a very positive position. He's got quite a bit of pace in that car today. I wonder what the guys in the shop did to that Chevrolet. He is running, that entire team is running without a sponsor for the season, so that is not good. However, I think if Michael Brewer can get some good finishes here, they might be able to nab a sponsor. And we've seen how Ryan App's EA Sports deal has really impacted his team. Conway Racing is now a much better unit than they were, and they're even thinking about going to a 2-car team for Season 2. 20 laps to go here in the Budweiser Festival. After this, we head to the Father's Day Classic at Chicagoland Speedway tomorrow. Happy early Father's Day to everybody out there. And if you're not watching the truck race right now, then, well, thanks for stopping by. I think the SRX is also on tonight, so I cannot wait. I've been waiting for them to restart, and it's kind of although it should be renamed the Tony Stewart Cup Series, because let's be honest, he's going to win the title. He created the damn league. I don't understand how he's allowed to race in it. It's kind of like if he raced in Tony Stewart's All-Star, or wait, did he race in the All-Star Sprint Series? Damn. By the way, that might be a potential series coming to the channel, but I'm not quite sure if I want to do that quite yet. I don't even know how it would work. We wouldn't be able to have heats. It'd be well, we could, but it'd be way too much work, and I'm not willing to do that much for freaking sprint cars. Greg Ramirez and Ryan Hill are very close to each other here. Ryan Hill is a lot closer than I thought he was. And Greg Ramirez is being held up And look at that. He's managed to cut off about 0.2 of a second to Greg Ramirez. This is just not fair to that New Era Toyota. He was looking for his first win today. He's already nabbed the points for most laps led, but oh, it's deja vu from last night. Chaudhry Bhattacharya to the back of Foster. And how many are still? We got 18 cars on the lead lap here. Dennis Keyes surprisingly on the lead lap. But he won't be for long. That 20 car is going to try and bump him out of the way. Contact coming off the corner. And it's a train. I'm kind of nervous. Greg Ramirez might get the same treatment that he got at Colorado, where Ryan Hill ended up spinning him. And if that happens a second time... Oh, a little contact as he gets a little squirrely there. And he's still hugging the bottom. He's got to hold on for about 13 more laps here. Oh, this is making my blood pressure rise here. Greg Ramirez, remember, he's looking for his maiden win in the series. He's got to hold on. Dive into the bottom, trying to get past Sam Fitzgerald, who has been a roadblock here in the entire Budweiser Stock Car Festival. And he's going to use Fitzgerald as a block. Ryan Hill's going to move to the bottom. Great move by Ryan Hill. And Brian Cox is at risk of getting passed by a fellow Chevrolet in Tracy Bennett. Greg Ramirez is your current leader. They're coming to 10 laps to go here in day 2 of the Budweiser Stock Car Festival. And Joe Gibbs is just watching, and pretty sure he's biting his nails, watching his 2 cars go at it. Wondering what the bill is going to be if these 2 cars wreck. I don't think Ryan Hill's that dirty of a racer, but he's willing to do whatever it takes to win a race. And oh boy, I'm kind of nervous right now. This is honestly this is interesting to watch. Here we are coming into the final 8 or 9 laps. And this race is still up for grabs between the 2 Joe Gibbs teammates. We can even see what we saw in New Hampshire with Darren Claw. We could see these 2 spin each other out, and maybe, who knows, maybe Brian Cox gets his first win of the season. Who knows? But right now, you could slip a piece of paper in between these 2 Joe Gibbs cars. Greg Ramirez is still your leader. He is. He's fiercely defending the bottom lane here. Chaudhry Bhattacharya. He's a lap car, but he's one of the faster lap cars. He's holding on. He's actually 9th fastest in the Xfinity fastest lap. But right now, he's standing in 26th position. So that's not the finish that the Wood brothers would really like to see. 6 laps. Okay. We lost our stream for a little bit. Thank God it came back. I don't know what happened, but I'm just glad that it's back. 5 laps to go here. Greg Ramirez fighting for his first win of the season. And he's got Chaudhry Bhattacharya in behind him. Maybe he could be a distraction to the 18 car. Bhattacharya is trying to get back, or he's trying to unlap himself. He's trying to get back to 1 lap under. And Greg Ramirez holding on by mere inches here. He's got to do this dance for 3 more laps. 3 to go here in Richmond. Greg Ramirez is the only Joe Gibbs driver that does not have a win this season, and he's looking to change that. And here comes the 18 car on the bottom. He might make a move. He's got to make a move to the inside quick. There he goes. Good block by the 20. And the 18 is going to try and move up, trying to get to position here. He's got to hope there's no lap traffic coming. 2 laps to go. 2 to go here in Richmond off the back straightaway. They got about 1/16 of a mile to go. 1 lap to go, presented by Xfinity. Here they go, 1 lap to go for Greg Ramirez. Ryan Hill still on the bottom. He's hugging that bottom side. He's got to do something here. Greg Ramirez coming off of turn number 4. Can he hold on? The 18 goes to the top side. He's done it. Greg Ramirez will come off turn 4 and he'll score his first win. Greg Ramirez wins at Richmond. And the crew, they're all jumping around the pit box, hugging and jumping around. They are celebrating. And the celebration is going to go late into the night. Greg Ramirez is a winner in the Budweiser All-Star Series. Finally. And with that, all of the Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas have a win in this series. Ryan Hill has 2. Miranda Nagayan, Paul Ramirez, and Greg Rivera. Paul Rivera and Greg Ramirez now officially have a win. So all 4 Joe Gibbs Racing drivers are winners here in the Budweiser All-Star Series. And that's got to be the best feeling in the world. There is no feeling like it. Winning your first race. And what a win. I just cannot believe what I just saw. What an impressive battle. And the driver coming out, 37-year-old out of Holtville, California, has won. Let's take a look at your official standings presented by Xfinity. Greg Ramirez with a win. He managed to fend off Ryan Hill. Brian Cox getting a top 3 here as he holds off Tracy Bennett, and Sheldon Gatineau finishing in 5th place. Ryan Apt, Jordan McClure, Paul Rivera, Byron Martin, and James Garcia round out the top 10. Another top 10 for the 27 Chevy. Rick Taylor, Michael Brewer, Jesus Gonzalez, Alex McCumber, Miranda Nagayan, Travis Creighton, and Hayden Benning round out the remainder of the drivers that finished on the lead lap. Drew Foster, Dennis Key, Jake Wild, Darren Clark, Carter Brown, Daniel Walker, Nicholas Uffelman, and Daniel Van Hewley all managed to finish a lap down, and Chadhudri Bhattacharya and Sam Fitzgerald did not have the day that they want, as they both finished 2 laps down, Sam Fitzgerald getting his 2nd consecutive last place finish. We thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's broadcast. We hope you had a good time. Tomorrow is the Father's Day Classic from Chicagoland Speedway. And then after that, it's the Toyota World Series from Lime Rock Park. Actually, I think it's going to be a Toyota World Series 1-2. We're going to be racing on Monday and on Monday and on Tuesday. Tuesday is the regularly scheduled race day for the Toyota World Series, but of course we did not have that on Tuesday, so we got to make it up. So anyway, thank you so much. Once again, this race was incredible to watch. We hope you had a good time. Greg Ramirez is a winner. We'll see you tomorrow from Chicagoland Speedway. This is your head commentator with PRN, Nicholas Koskinen. Thank you so much for tuning into today's race.